Well, I think it's a worthwhile issue. Well, a couple things. Number one, there's a shortage of pilots. There's a shortage of airframe mechanics. What's happened is that with COVID, a lot of mechanics retired, a lot of pilots retired. So there's a real need for pilots and for mechanics.
There's just not enough people going into the aviation program to afford us the opportunity to not have planes getting canceled because we don't have enough flight controllers up in the sky, or we don't have equipment that's available to fly because we don't have enough mechanics. So I think the opportunity for folks to have a fruitful career in this industry is there.
We're helping the industry as far as that's concerned, as far as get more people into that particular trade. So it's worthwhile as far as bringing kids along.
One of my first times coming out here, I was working on the T6 and I was just putting a window in, nothing crazy. But Matt took me up to flying it after I finished all the work on it. So I have a photo of me and him in a flight suit standing in front of the plane, and it was like, that was the moment from there on. I was like, oh, this is for sure what I want to do. Like, I love this stuff.
Cal-Aerofab started as an idea. We had some youth working at the airport. I had just bought a de Havilland Chipmunk. The Chipmunk needed to be put back together, restored, repaired, and flown, and so I made a deal with the guys. If they get it flying, they could fly it. 6 months later, these kids were getting able to fly it.
I was going to Orange Coast College. I was doing their aviation science program, and one of the last classes I had, there was a fellow that was sitting in the back row, and he used to talk about this place all the time and how great it was. And I thought, man, this is right up my alley. I would love to do this. Next thing, I'm out here.
The people are here because they want to be here. They're here for a pure reason. You know, it's to advance aviation, to help our youth, you know, build a plan for life, or just develop social skills and technical skills, or even become a pilot. When we take donations or we do things, we want to make sure we're doing it for the right reason, for the Academy and goals of helping our youth develop a path of life, and hopefully involving aviation. So I think being a nonprofit allows us to have that freedom to do that.
If there was profit involved, that would ruin it. Being a nonprofit helps us to stay focused on, you know, why we're here and why do we do what we do.
They're so methodical on how they process everything that they do. Otherwise, I don't think I would have been able to stay the last 2 years and get involved and see the progression and be happy about the progression and be proud of what this operation's been doing and what it's going to continue to do as they take their mission into 2026, into 2030 and on.
Everybody's super nice. Everybody's willing to kind of adjust to how you learn. So if you're not someone who is an auditory learner and you're more hands-on, then they'll throw you on a project and work with you.
There's not a lot of set hours or a set curriculum, so things tend to be a bit slower paced, but there's much more involvement, and the people there are really invested in helping one another, and everyone comes from such varied backgrounds that it truly just provides a learning experience unlike I've been able to find anywhere else.
They become engaged in understanding what that aircraft's going to do when it goes out there and it flies, because each one of these kids know that they're going to be flying the airplane. The idea is that if you want to fly, you have to work on the airplanes. You have to understand what you're flying, because there's nothing that makes a pilot better than being a good mechanic, and there's nothing that makes a mechanic better than being a good pilot. And so we push both of those. And if they're going to fly it, they want to make sure it's as safe as possible. And so it's just creating a a foundation and a culture of safety around the airplanes.
They really let you solve problems on your own, and it teaches you how to think as an individual, which is important when you're flying because you're making all the important choices. My favorite aircraft is the Stearman. It's just such a classic, iconic plane. You know, the biplane, it's bright, it's loud, it has the big radial engine in front of it. I just love it.
I am biased towards the little Cub L4. That was the first plane I went up in when I first came out to Cal-Aero, and it's what I've been doing most of my training in now. So it's slow, it's little, it's not very comfortable to sit in, but I feel like maternal instinct towards it, this little plane.
It actually belonged to my grandfather, who was a private pilot back in the 50s. So that's been fun to hear about his stories. That sort of inspired me a bit. That's actually how we found Cal-Aerofab. We were trying to track it down because he sold it, and it bounced from hangar to hangar until finally landing here.
I had a couple family members who were in the Army and some who also did aviation maintenance.
I grew up here on the airport.
Well, my mother was a pilot.
My grandpa, he was a glider pilot, worked out here. He volunteered at Planes of Fame for a long time. And then one time he just called me and said, hey, I've always loved airplanes. He said, do you want to come out and go flying? And I did, and then I loved it out here. So I just kept coming back. He really gave me the path to kind of explore aviation.
Well, it's been great because I think nowadays sometimes grandparents don't have as much in common with their grandkids just because the kids are involved in, you know, social media and screens and all of that kind of stuff. I just exposed him to it a couple of times. He flew and he said, Grandpa, I'm hooked, and he decided he wanted to get his license, and I think from the time he started to the time he got his license was about 6 months, and he could get his license at 17, and he took his check ride at 17 years in 1 day. So that's been really good as far as developing a dialogue, both with my grandson and actually with his dad. So it's been all positive. Sometimes he's out, Kyle's out, I'm out, and we're all working on an airplane together.
There's words that I'm learning in my life as I get older and have a business. It's succession. If you look at succession, it comes out of a community. It comes from a like-minded people that can work together and grow more like them. And so it's very rewarding to see these kids who are just getting their pilot's license right now, that are just getting their AMP right now, that are just getting into the industry, become outstanding individuals down the road. Then they become the one that goes and flies the new guys. They become the one that says, hey, I started here just like you. They're giving back to those guys, and they start flying with those guys.
It's like a family, but it's all your family who likes airplanes. It's fun to be there and be a part of it.
If you're curious about aviation and you want to give it a try, then this is a great place to do that. You'll learn a lot, you'll meet a lot of really great people, get a lot of good experiences.
I would say definitely come out. It's super fun.
You absolutely need to come out here. Don't be like me, don't wait. They have so many opportunities they can offer for you, and there is so much to be learned. So really, you're gonna get out of the program what you're willing to put into it, and take advantage of that. That's what I would have to say. Go and just do it.
For me, flying alone, up high, with the quiet, during a sunset, it's just, I don't know, to me it's very peaceful, and it's almost calming. I don't think you can describe it to someone who hasn't felt it, but once you feel it, you'll never forget.
Bon voyage!
Cub 808, continue to the west, I'll call the encore.
Continue to the west, you call my encore, 808. Alright, well, do you want to get a feel for it? Sure. What do you think?
This is awesome.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, really is.
It's freedom, man. It's awesome.
What made you interested in Cal-Aerofab specifically?
I would say I have some family at Chino that helped start the academy, so it just sort of fell into my hands, and being interested in aviation, made it stick along with me. And when I put some effort into getting my pilot's license, it's just such a unique opportunity to fly some of these older airplanes that you don't get at a flight school. Just to be able to get an hour in all these different sorts of airplanes is really a great privilege. It's something I really enjoy doing on my Saturdays.
That's awesome. No better way to spend your Saturdays, right?
No better way.